What's good, everyone? It's your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room. And yes, we do see the title of the broadcast. So we're going to tonight's conversation. And in this one, it's amazing here. This is amazing here. So, apparently this young lady has went through a traumatic situation while she was in a relationship with someone, things like that. Boyfriend, this and that. So obviously she wasn't married, but he nursed her back to health after two brain surgeries. So we're gonna go here now. We're gonna see what's going on here, man, because this is wild right here. This is wild. Let's go here now. Quarters, nickels, and dimes.
What do you do if your partner is amazing? Like he's amazing emotionally, physically. Earlier this year, I had to have two brain surgeries. He stayed with me in the hospitals. He even washed my butt some of the times.
Damn.
But he wasn't working for a couple of months, and I'm 24 now. So I basically feel like I'm just real grown, and I just want to know, like, how long.
Tell me more about this 24 grown. That's not me talking, that's the crowd. So what's your question?
Basically, like, we haven't been out on any dates or anything recently, and I just want to know, like, how long do I wait before I feel appreciated?
How long does she wait before she feels appreciated? So when you were on basically on on God's time and he was carrying you through that struggle and you had to go through two brain surgeries and your boyfriend stuck by you, was not your husband. He wasn't obligated to do so, but he had enough love for you to do that. And you're back healthy now. You're back healthy now. And you have the audacity to sit here and say, how long do I have to wait till he gets back to, doing certain things that I'm pretty sure he probably was doing before you got down ill. Maybe he has to catch up on certain things. Hold on. Let's keep going here. Cause this, man, y'all gotta hear this. This is crazy. It's crazy.
This saying. And you don't feel appreciated. Can't
Right.
win.
This is at the point that we have to acknowledge people's capacities. Because while you were in your season of being taken care of, he was the one doing the nursing back to health, right? And he could probably still be trying to regain his capacity for himself after spending his year taking care of you. And as you've gotten able to be better and, I feel better now, I want to go on dates, he's trying to process what he just went through. So instead of you saying, how do I get to the space of me feeling appreciated, what have you done to show appreciation to your man for just wrapping you back to health?
Oh, man. I'm glad to see some women that are not talking out of the side of their necks. I'm glad to see some women, it amazes me sometimes that, it amazes me that it has to take such a tragic situation for women to disagree with women's foolishness. Because this is wild right here that this woman is sitting up here and you see the smile on her face. Look at this. Look at this. And she's sitting there with a smug on her face. This dude wiped her ass during the time she needed that to happen. And thank God that she had somebody that had her corner like that, because she said that the dude that she was dating was doing it. She didn't say anything about, family members, brother, sister stepped up, or, mother, father stepped up. The man that she was dating, that's not even her husband, stepped up and took care of her for that period of time. Man.
You said that you're 24 and you're grown, right?
Right, at 24.
I think this is exactly where you showing your age at. I I want to offer that you learn the signs of a good man. Because if you don't, you will become an of-age, mature woman that looks back at him and his wife and his family, and you say, I really done.
Now, of course, I don't agree with her a lot on her topics, saying things like that. But, a broke clock is right twice a day. So, in this particular situation, she's definitely right. This young lady was completely talking out the side of her neck and disrespecting her boyfriend and things like that, which he was not her husband, and he stepped into husbandly duties to take care of her.
Before I got into podcasting, I was a registered nurse. And I'm going to tell you, the idea of love that we have in our youth is not real love. That love where that person is incapacitated, can't wipe themselves, but that partner is there every single day hitting that call light, making sure I bring that meal, watching me wipe and say, you know what, you're not doing it right. Let me step in and do it. That idea of love you got exposed to at 24. You live long enough, you will outlive your money and your house and those cars. And sometimes your children, they get their own lives. They move to different places and ain't nobody there to take care of you but that woman you treated right or that man you treated right. And I want you to just think about that right now before you make any kind of decisions, because you got a man that showed you very young that he's willing to do that.
Right. And, this is the case right here. This is the case. This is highly disrespectful, the thought process that she's in. Hold on here. This is highly disrespectful, the thought processes that she's in. I had to show you her face again. Man, for her to sit there and be this way and think about it, and she got healthy again and got back into the same selfish mode that some of these women in today's society are in. She got healthy again and got back selfish. And y'all wondering why men out here are not willing to sacrifice their lives for women anymore. Man, this is crazy out here. This is crazy. Let's keep going here.
Woman who was cared for by her boyfriend for a year after surgery decided to leave him because she felt he wasn't romantic enough, which drew widespread criticism. The woman underwent a serious brain operation and could not afford a professional caregiver during recovery. Her boyfriend quit his job and became her full-time caretaker for an entire year. During that time, he handled all daily care, including feeding her, helping with rehabilitation, and even cleaning her bodily waste. After a year of recovery, the woman's health improved, but the financial damage remained because the man had not worked for so long, he fell behind on bills and accumulated debt. To recover financially, he is now working 3 jobs to cover basic living expenses. The woman has since complained that her boyfriend is no longer romantic. She said he is always busy with work and does not take her out on dates, leading her to question whether she should stay in the relationship. Some people argue that many people can take someone on dates, but very few would give up a year of their life to do what he did. Others believe the woman leaving might actually be a relief for the man, allowing him to move on from a relationship that no longer values his sacrifice.
Ooh, man. And to think about that, I'm saying, definitely at the tail end of what of this video I just showed you guys, definitely at the tail end of what she did, of what was just said here. For her to leave him would probably be the best thing at this point, which the whole situation would be hurtful. And I know he would probably be, highly disappointed and things like that. He would have to go through things and analyze stuff. Even in the previous video from tonight's conversation that I showed you, and they also said too that he had to take time to process what he just went through with you. He was wiping your ass. She was going through a lot of brain surgery, stuff like that, illness. It's no telling what he, it's no telling the scene that he saw while taking care of you. It's all types of stuff. You may not even been able to, properly hold your your innards properly and stuff like that. It is maybe in times he had to do certain things and stuff like that. Man, and the disrespect that some of these women in today's society are engaging in because they think that they're, they don't need men or they don't need anybody or they're these queens and they're all powerful. And, it escapes me that these individuals, some of these women don't think that they're just normal human beings, because that's all you are. That's all you are. It's a normal human being. I have yet to see any woman turn water into wine by touching it. I've never seen that. I've never seen a woman do any type of miracle or anything like that. Giving birth to the next human race, you're supposed to do that. That's how you were designed. Just like I'm designed to carry the seeds that I need to give you and then plant in you in order for the human race to keep going. This is normal stuff. But in today's society, we are trying to, put these things in a certain place, and definitely women thinking outside the box. Like, what I'm saying, it's some type of, this big deal that, you can give birth to children. Like, no, you're supposed to do that. Or else what are you here for? Let's keep going.
If your partner is amazing, like he's amazing emotionally, physically. Earlier this year, I had to have 2 brain surgeries. He stayed with me in the hospitals. He even washed my butt some of the times.
Damn.
But he wasn't working for a couple of months, and I'm 24 now. So I basically feel like I'm just real grown, and I just want to know, like, how long.
I mean, it gets to a point. She went on to say that this man has not worked for 3 months, and because of that, he's not been able to take her on a date, so she doesn't feel appreciated. This man sat by your side when you had 2 brain surgeries and could have died from it. He even washed your ass, and you don't feel appreciated because he can't take you on a date. If anything, you don't appreciate that man. The fact that he doesn't have a job right now, which who knows, he probably lost his job because he had to sit by your side through 2 different brain surgeries. How about you take that man on a date to show him some appreciation for what he did for you? I believe she's just looking for a reason to break up with that man because he lost his job and now he cannot provide the same way how he used to.
Right. And at the same time, though, too, like I said and I did say this in my TikTok video and stuff like that, what I'm saying, gone on there. And, I did, arrange this situation a little bit different. But yeah, I definitely agree with that. And it's the ungratefulness that's in play here. It's the entitlement that she thinks that, what I'm saying, we as men are, we're just these disposable beings. And even if we nurse women back to health in our families, whatever, we're just still supposed to be disposable. This man had to take off his job for a significant amount of time to take care of the woman that he loved. And I said this also in my TikTok video, what I'm saying, that, obviously, financially, if he took off that amount of time, obviously they didn't go without shelter. Obviously they didn't go without food, right? Because they still were living. They still had a roof over their head because, what I'm saying, she obviously came home and he took care of her at home because he didn't take care of her in the hospital. Let's just be logical about this now. So obviously she came home, he took care of her at home, things like that. They still had food, shelter, lights, gas, and depend on how to live in apartment, house, whatever. All I'm saying is, though, they still had the amenities that were needed for proper living while he was taking care of her, while she was on bed rest and needed to be serviced that way. So it was still money there somewhere to pay rent and pay, gas for going here and there, grocery stores. Think about this. Think about this. He still had to go buy food. He did probably tools and things like that to make sure that she got wiped properly, health amenities and stuff like that. So it was still money there. But at the end of the day, though, once it broke down to it and she got back healthy, he had to get back on the job. As a man, he had to get back on his duty to make sure that he started bringing money back into the house. And that's going to take time to rebuild that. But see, this is the point right here. Nobody wants to understand that it takes time to rebuild things. It is what it is here. Let's keep going.
They got on that live podcast and told them people proudly that her boyfriend helped nurse her back to health after 2 brain surgeries, cleaned her, wiped her ass. And now that she's feeling all better and feeling grown at 24, she trying to figure out how long she got to stay with him until she can feel appreciated, because they haven't been going on dates because his money kind of slow right now. And they were so graceful to her while also getting in her ass. Because me, I would have said, bitch. And that's why I can't be on no podcast, because I would have said, bitch, what do you mean? You don't feel appreciated? He wiped your ass. After calling her said bitch, I then would have asked her, is this way of thinking the result or the aftermath of having 2 brain surgeries? And so you can see why I don't have a podcast. Anyway.
Yeah, I definitely agree with this situation here, man. This is crazy out here that this woman would think this way and have this audacity to think that, because subconsciously, I think that she thought that this dude owed her that. I really think wholeheartedly that she thought while she was going through her issues in her health situation, after she came out on the other side, and he put in the work to make sure that she came out on the other side because he loved her. He loved her enough to stick in there, grind through it, sickness and health, and he wasn't even married to her. He proved the sickness and health part. He proved it. He walked the line of sickness and health. Man, come on, bro. Let's keep going.
Like, social media plays such a big role in relationships and what people feel like relationships should be. Everything is just so fairy tale that they kind of lose sight of what a real man is, what a good man is. To be 24 years old and experience a man that is willing to take care of you through sickness and health, wipe your butt, and because he haven't been with a job for a month or 2, you feel unseen. It's insane. I'm gonna let y'all look at this clip.
A month or 2 because you were sick. He had to get you back right. He wanted to get you back right.
And we're going to talk about it.
Partner is amazing. Like, he's amazing emotionally, physically. Earlier this year, I had to have 2 brain surgeries. He stayed with me in the hospitals. He even washed my butt some of the times.
Damn.
But he wasn't working for a couple of months, and I'm 24 now. So I basically feel like I'm just real grown, and I just want to know, like, how long.
Tell me more about this 24 grown. It's not me talking, that's the crowd. So what's your question?
Basically, like, we haven't been out on any dates or anything recently.
So she basically saying, like, they haven't been on no dates. They haven't really been out or anything ever since she got back well. And she wanted to know, how long should she feel some type of way before she feel like she's not being appreciated or, she's not being seen. And I just feel like that's so inconsiderate. I feel like she really lost sight of what real love was, because this man don't wipe your butt. You don't have.
She don't have no idea of what real love is. Maybe not been taught by her family, whatever. I don't know her dynamic, things like that. But obviously the dude, the man that she ended up being blessed with, obviously knew that. and he stuck by her. And man, wow. Hold on.
2 brain surgeries. You was in the hospital when it was for you. He stopped everything he was doing to make sure you straight at 24 years old. You think somebody want to be taking care of somebody wiping their butt at 24 years old? You know how many people would have left you for dead? Like, you know how many men would have walked away and said, oh, she's sick, you know, let her family do it. This is so crazy and inconsiderate to me. I don't know, but let's talk about this in the comments. How do y'all feel about
Okay, so you know what I'm saying. We're gonna go here now. But the thing of this is, I didn't hear anything about her saying that her family stepped in. Mother, father, sister, brothers, if she have them, things like that. She may or may not have them. You know, I'm just saying. I didn't hear anything about her saying her family stepped in to do anything. Her biological family. But her boyfriend, that was not her husband, was doing real life husbandly duties. He was doing vows that he didn't even take in front of God for her yet. Man. And she gets back on her feet, able to, you know, get back out here again, stuff like that, fix herself back up, you know, wash her own ass again, you know, put on her whole paint, wigs, and all this other type of shit. And now she's so when we're gonna go on dates again, you don't understand the fiscal financial situation that y'all are in. He had to take off the job to help you. So obviously, you know what I'm saying, the dude that she was dating had enough finances maybe saved up or something like that to take off that period of time to be able to take care of her. Because, you know what I'm saying, she never said that the lights went off. She never said that the rent wasn't paid. She never said that food wasn't in the house. She never said anything about that. And also the secret things, you know, she may have needed diapers and other little things that's needed when you have these type of people that are patients like that, and they need certain amenities to be able to take care of, you know, medicine, all types of stuff, logic. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the disrespect for me in the 21st century, where we see some of these women out here talking out the side of their necks. And I will feel the same way if a dude come on here, talk about his chick ain't doing this and that and woo to woo, after she nursed him back to health. I will feel the same fucking way about a cook ass nigga like that will say something like that about his woman that's not even his wife and she nursed him back to health. I will be the same way. This is crazy out here. It's crazy. And we see the mindset of some of these people. It's ridiculous. It's highly disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? You know, and he sacrificed and he did husbandly duties for a woman that wasn't even his wife. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line. Y'all people need to be grateful out here, bro. This is sad. Definitely women that actually get hold of good men and men that get hold of good women. Y'all need to be grateful, bro. I don't understand it. Y'all so fucked up out here. It is what it is, though.